Yeah, this is with David's. Yeah, my brother works.
We're now broadcasting.
Got it. So you guys are guests for the weekend?
Where's the camera?
Well,
Oh. That's not a broadcast.
hi, Paul.
Hello.
How you doing?
All right, thank you.
I took the good ones.
Yeah.
Get Nancy on the mic.
Yeah.
Are you Claire?
Yes. How did you tell?
I thought you have wheels.
I've got the wheels outside.
Yeah.
I just wanted to use
Giving it your best. I'm Nancy. Nice to meet
Say,
you.
oh, nice to meet you. Yeah, make a bit of space.
I'm David.
Hi, baby. Nice to meet you. Good. Don't leave until I give you stuff.
Oh, really?
Grab the
Yeah.
microphone now.
Oh.
I'm taking a video.
This is on air now.
Just make man.
Grab the mic and warm them up. Which mic should she use, Dave?
These mics, either one, doesn't matter. There's only two that work. We're going to use two. So one is for Rob and
Heard that so many times.
put it here there.
She got my.
I know.
It's not enough.
This isn't.
And it is.
Keep it on.
This is reversing it for some reason.
The camera?
Yeah. Look. Chairs are over to the left instead of to the right.
It doesn't really matter, does it?
No. Well, I'm not going to change it now.
Yes.
We did.
Yeah.
We're all, I don't know, hope you can hear okay the live broadcast. We're running a bit late because everything ran over, but we're about to get going.
Yeah. So it's just
Got it.
That's a wide smile.
Yeah, smile without your hands. Put your hands down here like Rob.
That's like a froggy smile.
You know, Hunter always puts his hands in his pockets.
Oh,
There you go. Okay. Little Spencer's modeling our kids' line of clothing.
Turn around, Spencer. Turn back.
There you go. He's a big fan of Hunter.
Lance, could you just move so that we can...
We're live now. Richard's got the video feed going. Spencer's trying to eat the cake. Actually, while we're waiting for the drivers, let's do some housekeeping stuff. I have a couple of orders here. Is Susan Bagwell here? Yeah. Rob. How about Brian? Oh, Brian Graves isn't here, but Tim Jackson's here, right? Is Tim here yet? No. Okay.
No, we've given Hunter a pass.
Oh, Hunter's not joining us evidently.
He's
No,
nursing his bruises.
Does he have bruises? Really?
he hit the tires pretty hard.
Oh, wow.
So, hello everybody.
Hello, Ryan.
You all right? Yeah, so sorry about Hunter not being here. He lost it on the exit of Goodwood, just ran a bit wide onto the grass, and it sort of snapped back the other way. And there's a very solid tyre barrier there, which is just tires up against the grass bank, and it's very unforgiving. So we've had a quick look at the car, and it looks as though the main structural parts are okay, and we should be able to get it back out tomorrow. But it looks a bit wobbly, so we told him not to come. So hope that's okay.
Well, I think is Matt joining us soon, Rob?
Yeah, because everything's run over time, and obviously there's some big accidents and things going on, he's obviously busy doing his reports for Motorsport News, but we'll be here in a few minutes.
Okay, and a lot of our fans aren't in here either, like Ian the Flagman and Michelle, and a lot of people I know that are coming, so we'll give them a few minutes. But I think what we should do while we're waiting is we should all say hi to Ed, Suarez Art Ed, because I'm sure he's watching. He's not with us, but if we could at least wave to Ed. Can you wave? Move slowly so it doesn't blur. But hi, Ed, we miss you. I like Ed's advice on what we should do today. Shave my head and act like a, I don't know if you all
Throws.
it was funny. And throw things at people. Yeah.
Grow goatee.
Grow goatee. And then Vicky Fisher was another person we wanted to shout out to. Vicky's the one that keeps making the cupcakes. And she's actually not with us today, but she sent cupcakes with her dad, which was really kind. So she's made I have to go over near Rob. Vicky's made cupcakes for every race meeting. It's really kind. And
Well, it's the pinnacle of British motorsport. It's the most competitive champion in the UK. It's got the best fans in the UK, and you know, from a competitive point of view and a PR point of view, it holds its own globally. There's very little that challenges it. Even NASCAR, which everybody thinks is a lot bigger because they get bigger crowds and stuff, but you look at the size of the population and the amount of people who follow it per percentage of the population, it's the equivalent. And well, as we know, we've got many fans in America as well, because it's shown quite a lot over there. So you know, to be in such an awesome championship at such a good time as well. I mean, this is going to be a golden era, I'm sure. It's a massive honour, and it's what I've been working towards all my life. Don't know anything else.
Just so you know, Rob, I mean, have you ever had a job other than racing or motorsport?
I worked for a company once, outbound sales. The peak of my outbound sales career was I managed to get the entire outbound sales team conference calling. I reduced productivity to 0.
It didn't last very long. I think you were there for about 10 months, maybe.
Yeah, you weren't not even that. Really.
You're creative with your selling too, as I remember. Okay, so there are a couple of things we'll want to do after Matt comes up. Like, we want to have a drawing for the folks that have kindly continued to donate for the Alternator Fund. I know that makes you very uncomfortable, Rob, but we need to recognize them and have drawings, so don't let me forget to do that. I also wanted to shout out, and she'll hate this, but Nadine Taylor is quitting smoking, so we all need to support her. She's going with her hand over her eyes. So she went public on Facebook. Not till Monday, not till after race weekend. That's very smart. Anyone else quitting? Anyone else need support? We can publicly shame you as well. And then the other couple that I wanted to point out is check out the hat.
That's awesome.
We're not selling those. Those were made. And she actually makes iPhone covers in the colors of the race that owners club as well. So if you could show that. She says she's not taking orders, but she could probably be persuaded, in my opinion. All right, so Matt, can you come up? One thing I wanted to know, because I've seen Matt on the scene over the years, but how do you and Matt know each other? Matt and Rob have quite a history.
So he's just run away.
Yeah.
Obviously, he doesn't want to know me.
I know they love each other, but have you guys known each other for more than a few years, or did you know Rob when he was just a kid?
1999.
It was 1999. Well, I've been at motorsport news for 20 years, and I used to report on single-seater racing, where Rob started his career, Formula Honda, Formula 3 and stuff, Formula Renault. It's too high for me, yeah. That's what I know. I was going to double my height if I get on there. That's what I have to do. Anyway, no, so I covered single-seaters, Formula Renault, we did that in, what was it, 99, Rob?
Yeah, 1999. There was really only a couple of drivers English out of the championship, and I was one of them. Motorsport news at the end of the year, best top 6 drivers. I didn't make the top 6.
Rob wasn't very pleased with me after that, so we had a full and frank discussion about our different opinions, and we came to a happy place at the end, didn't we?
Yeah. But some bloke, like, what's his name?
Kimmy, yeah, what's his name? Yeah, the Finnish bloke.
God knows who he is.
Well, I
Foreigner.
couldn't understand what he was saying, so I thought I'd better put him up the top.
He must be quick.
Yeah, and he doesn't smile, so he must be very quick. You know, that's what it was. Anyway, tell us a little bit about today, Rob. It's been an interesting day for you.
You kind of missed that. I was sort of get a brief overview, but yeah, we've just been struggling with throwing lots of different things at the car. Still haven't figured out why we can't get it working. But yeah, we're going to throw some more stuff at it tomorrow, and hopefully we'll hit the sweet spot eventually. We won't give up, but yeah.
Thruxton is quite a unique circuit, isn't it? Because it's so fast. What necessarily works here won't work at other places, and vice versa. So you have to have a complete rethink of the setup when you come here. It's totally unlike anywhere else.
But yeah, massively, and that's what that's actually why I've already covered that. You were late.
I'm sorry, I was chasing racing drivers.
How that car can be so quick at uphill and all these other circuits, and yeah, just not work here, and we're wildly different from where we ever run the car normally, and it's still not working. It's better than it has been previously, but you know, what we would run, say at Rockingham, Uphill, Thruxton, all those places, would be a lot slower than we are now if we run that game.
And it's also quite a unique circuit in terms of the tyres as well, because you guys have a slightly different compound here, don't you? Just explain how the tyre rules work here.
Yeah, that's a good point. I haven't done that.
Oh, good. All right. Brownie point for me.
Yeah, because it's such a abrasive circuit, long, fast. Even the straights, what we consider straights, you're still on a curve. If that makes sense. You're quite happily flat, but you're still just leaning to the right a little bit, and it just loads at that tyre just that little bit. Yeah, the normal Dunlop mediums just won't hang on here. They're too on the edge, and so Dunlop bring out a special compound just for this one round, the hard compound, and yeah, it's a lot different. It's very different tyre. It's a different sidewall, different rubber material as well, and so you're not just learning a different circuit, a very unique circuit, which is fast and very bumpy. You're also learning a different tyre, and also there's only 1 day a year we can actually test here, so we missed that this year. So
Why did you miss that, Rob?
still busy building it.
But also it means that because there's this special harder tyre for this circuit, because it's so abrasive and quick, the soft tyre option doesn't come into play this weekend because they can't have the softer tyre because it's in the glass. Talking of the way the soft tyre works with the ballast this year, there's been a lot of rule changes, more weight and the soft tyres too. Do you think it's enhanced the championship, or has it made it more difficult for you?
Well, yes, it's more difficult, but look how close the top 10 is this year on points. It's obviously in some of the races we've had. I was actually surprised when we looked at the stats that Inside BCCC did. I've led the second most laps this year. Plato's led the most, and there's me, and then which is absolutely mad. But that's how many times the lead has changed, and that's what you want, isn't it? Exciting racing, and I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, it is. It's very hard to gauge the performance of the cars around you when you're in the car in the race. You're actually on the track with another rival. Do you think to yourself, "Oh, how much weight has he got? Is he on the softs?" Can you actually calculate that as you go through your race?
Well, definitely the softs. We pay close attention to who's on the softs, and we keep an eye on who's got weight, and you generally know that anyway. The smaller amounts don't really affect it that much, but certainly the main thing to look out for is if they've got full weight, full 75 kilos, and the soft tyres on the race, because you know they're going to come back to you at the end of the race.
But just describe just what it's like racing on the soft tyres, because it must change your mindset, because you're not going to go flat out from that one, because you know you're going to hit a wall at some point. So you have to kind of hold back a little bit for the first 10 laps maybe and just try and pray that they last.
Yeah, well, it's different. Normally, when you're absolutely on it, the car is sliding around all the time, and you've got to drive just within that. So you're at the limit of grip, but not sliding, and it's a strange thing to do, but
Well, rein yourself in.
yeah, I'm not used to doing that.
Very difficult for you. And are the rubber techniques that you can have when you drive a car trying to save the rubber, is it sort of changing up maybe a little bit earlier, trying to cut down on the wheel speed, altering your line slightly around the corners?
Occasionally a line will affect it, but no, not really. I mean, that's more for fuel saving. Stuff. But yeah, you want to take it easy on the brakes, not lock them up, no wheel spin, and like I say, just drive within that limit grip as fast as you can without it sliding.
So going back to this weekend that was coming here, you know, it looks absolutely awesome from the outside when you watch the cars go around Thruxton. What's it like? How do you approach this weekend? Is it like, I've got to put my brake head on, or is it? It's a real man's challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, well, for me personally, at this stage, it's just a patience thing. I just need to stay out of trouble, do the best I can, learn what I can, try and make steps forward, and if I can pick up some points this weekend, it's great. Normally, though, yeah, it's a ballsy circuit. You've got to be brave, you've got to be committed, and everything else I've driven this circuit in, I absolutely love it. It's a brilliant circuit. Out the back, you have to be so brave. That barrier that hunters get, I've been scared of that for years. But yeah, it's one of those because the barriers are not very far away and they'll be solid. And yeah, you do in sixth gear all the way around the back, and it's bumping and sliding and all the way around. So for a proper quality lap, it's so committed, brilliant.
Well, yeah, and also the iconic corner on this track is Church Course, and I was lucky enough to go out there this morning and stand at the Marshall's race for practice too. That's just got to be a real thrill to get right, but it's got a little bit of undulation to it as well, so it makes it even harder. That's why it's the hardest turn on the track, I suppose.
Yeah, there's a big it's not even a bump, it's a dip.
Right.
Right on the apex, and that's actually the bit we're struggling with. At the moment, I can potentially carry a bit more speed in, and I can potentially be going quicker out. But if I do that, then I'm going quicker over the bump on the apex, and that's sort of our limiting factor at the moment. So that bump really sets our car loose, and once it calms down again, we're off again. But you watch the Hondas through there, and they're just absolutely just gliding through there. And I'm sure you search YouTube. Andy Jordan Thruxton, see his car through there, and it's just gliding. Looks so well, so I'm very, very envious.
You would have been envious of Gordon Chen when he had a double split there this morning. Yeah. The marshals just shouted, "Car!" And I looked around and someone said it was in the backwards. So, yeah, that's probably what they do. When they shout car, you have to hit the deck. Because it can go in any direction.
Oh,
I got wiped out by Sheffield this morning. Not often you can say that, is it?
I can say that reasonably regularly.
Personally, I can't. So I guess you've spoken about what your hopes are tomorrow. Because we should look a little bit longer in terms of the rest of the season. What are the goals as we move forward from here?
Well, yeah, again, it's about being patient for Donington and Thruxton because we've got a lot more points this time. This point in the year than we had at this point in the year last year. And if we can pick up a few more this weekend, then great. And that's sort of testament to the work we've done over the winter and this extra bit of pace we've got in the car now. And hopefully when we get to the circuits we're strong at, one of my front row starts at Knockhill into a win or maybe two, and we really need to capitalise on where we're strong and going to Oldham. The long circuit at Oldham really suits rear-wheel drive, so it might not be quite as strong or advantage
it's only
as
three
we were
less
last
corners.
year. But hopefully we should be definitely much stronger than we are here.
Yeah.
The next few circuits are really good for us.
Which is the one that you're looking forward to the biggest part? Yeah. Sorry, the best result. So not the biggest part. But not good, is it?
I think the last 2 years I put it on the front row at Knockhill. We were pole second last year, but it was third. But once Collins removed, it was second. And from the 6 races in the last 2 years, I had 4 podiums. I think it's about time I won one there.
Yeah, I think it is as well. I think Nancy's got some questions that have come in by social media.
So we have some questions, but I think some of you are here. Is Andy Eder here? No. Okay, good. The first question is from one of our Scottish fans, and he would like to know, Rob, if Jeff Smith has responded to any of the comments from your articles since coming.
Nope. Definitely.
We had a feeling.
I'm not sure he can read.
Harry
There's
Adams.
got to be something wrong with driving into people like this. He took out both me and Hunter in one race. I mean, it's
Impressive.
It's almost a skill. It's turned into an art form.
Harry Adams would like to know if you had
Well,
a
it went down, and I
superpower,
think it's going.
what would it be?
When what time?
Just
was
one.
it? Yeah, I got it going again since then.
I need to think about this.
Ask
What about
if
you,
it's
Matt?
going again now.
The ability to write proper news stories and most important news, I suppose. Superpower, no, I don't really know. Not to have a hangover the next morning, that would be quite a good power.
Only one superpower.
All right, we can come back to that one.
Yeah, I need to think. It's
Um,
important.
Joe Snell would like, where can
can't
I
do it
get the
without
best
saying it.
mortgage people?
Again.
We'll just let Joe figure that one out on his own. Nadine's got a good question. The cars are named Sherman and Panzer. What will the trucks be called, or what are they called? You have a nice new truck too, don't you, Rob?
Yes, we do. Our new race truck. Anybody's noticed it, but it's an awesome new thing. Took me a long time to drive here, actually, because it was
You drove
so
it?
gingerly. Yeah. Well, I won't let anybody else drive it, but yeah, being very, very careful. Branches hanging out and scratch it. Anybody goes near me and slow down. But no, we haven't named them yet, but I have. Yeah.
Well, I hear, isn't the registration plate HMS? So you can call it the Ark Royal. Something like that.
I think that was the other. I don't know.
But we don't have names at all for either.
No, we don't. We don't yet.
It does seem a bit odd that we
I think
don't.
the new one needs one. I was thinking like Starship Enterprise. What do you reckon, Alex?
I've got a name for that, but I'll tell you later.
Okay.
All right, and how about questions from the crowd? Do you guys have any questions? Come on, please. Great, David. Actually, are you David's nephew? What diet do you have? That's actually a good question this season.
It's a
It's
diet.
I'll answer your question if you answer mine. Will you fetch me a beer? Because that's part of the diet. That is part of the diet. No, thank you, mate. Thank you. I've actually trying to make some effort over the winter. I lost some weight to try and get the weight of German down and everything. And yeah, it's basically my diet consists of whatever Lucy will allow me to eat. That's it, really. Occasionally I might have chicken and chips, but
But you've been on a serious fitness kick. I think you're downplaying it because you've really tightened up.
yeah, getting that. Now I go for a run most mornings.
And
For-
when I used to visit you, you always had chicken wings. But you don't, none of that anymore, right?
Nope.
Yeah,
No,
so
all
he's being very modest, but he's working very hard.
just unprocessed means trying to, but it needs to be. I need to eat really, really well to be able to lose weight. So I've got to keep my weight down. To be able to lose weight, I've got to eat, and because I'm not giving that up. So therefore, I've got to eat really, really well. If you know what I mean.
That's a rehydration solution, isn't it?
It is a hydration solution.
Well, you mentioned that Thruxton is a very different circuit, and you say it's much faster. Can you give us some ideas about top speed and average lap times to highlight how different this circuit is to the other circuits?
It's 109 mile an hour average speed, including the Chicago complex. So yeah, that's definitely the fastest that they're going to visit this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're looking at about 80 miles an hour for rounds or something like that. So it's a lot less than that. So yeah, it's by far and away the fastest. I'd say the second fastest is probably Silverstone National.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say it's got a couple of quick corners and long straights. It's mostly made up of straights. But yeah, it's the longest gearing we use by a long way. It's the only time this year we call it a Thruxton gear ratio. So it's the only time this year we only own it for this meeting. So yeah, by far the longest gearing. We only actually have 2 proper braking zones into the S's, into the final chicane, all out the back. There's the odd touch on the brake just to stabilise the car, but it's pretty much just a lift and rolling in. The fact you're bouncing and sliding scrubs the speed off for you because it's such a long corners. You speed comes down quite gradually to your minimum, and then back up. And yeah, most of the lap we're in 6th gear. Very quick. It's good. I have to look at the data to see my top speed. I think it's getting on for 150 mile an hour.
Anyone else want to go pick? Okay.
Why did you choose to race for Exeter?
Why did I choose to race for Exeter? Well, it's our team. It's a family-run team, and Exeter Fuel Additives are our kind sponsor. So they support us in what we do, and therefore the team is called Exeter Accent. And yeah, that's why we drive for Exeter.
Actually, one of the questions I had for Hunter, who sadly isn't here, was all about AlcoSense. So Hunter is AlcoSense, correct?
Yes.
And AlcoSense you can get at Halfords and Boots, but it's all through. So as a business for him, it makes a lot of sense, and he's getting a return on it. Am I right?
From a marketing point of view, yes. The exposure for the BTCC is huge. The ITV coverage, as you all know, is brilliant. And I'm sure you've all been camping and some of the other rounds, big camping on, particularly the fans that come and we get huge crowds. So for any brand, it's a great thing to be on a car, just for that kind of exposure and social media following and so on. Don't know.
I was going to say, I've got some good friends that work at ITV, and the initial figures that they've had from the opening race using the brand tax are 50% higher than they were this time last year. So the increase in interest in the BTCC shows no sign to slowing down either.
Wow, that's impressive. Everybody still marks back to the 90s and the suit touring era, but I think in a few years' time we'll be looking back at this era as funding, I think. So real honour to be a part of it.
Anyone else?
You've obviously got yourself a very good fan base. Have any of other teams or drivers asked you for some advice on how to get a better fan base? Because you've got such support behind you. Someone else could do with a bit.
They've been asked. It's been commented on. I know when I won at Rockingham the first time, the cheer that came out from all you guys was like, whoa. And I think it was Leewood who won the Jack Sears. And it was like, bloody hell, you've got some support, haven't you? But yeah, I mean, I've been asked before. I don't know why that is. I know obviously all the other drivers and they're really good guys. And I don't quite know why why you guys support us so much. I think it's massively appreciated, and we really try to repay that. That's the whole idea behind the Owners Club. So yeah, but I don't know what to tell them.
I think Rob's, as a family, we're all a bit gobsmacked by how much support Rob has and how kind everybody is. Yeah, we never really had a plan to say, okay, this is exactly what's going to happen, and we're going to have Owners Club meetings, and it's going to be a club that high-fives each other on the street. But it's just kind of organically grown, and it's become something really cool. And we're lucky. Rob's lucky.
Well, to be honest, there's a...
You think? Claire just commented, she thinks it's because we're a family team and people want to feel part of the family. So you know who the family, it's a shame Hunter's parents aren't here because I wanted to introduce them as well. But in terms of our family, we have Richard, me, Lucy, where's Lucy? You all know Lucy.
Got a new name.
Why Lucy? Ah, Spencer got a little crush on Lucy like the rest of the boys. Okay, any other questions? Sorry, climbing over you.
Bear in mind also that Matt has known me for many, many years, so it might be interesting to direct some questions at. We could tell you some stories. Oh, yeah.
Can I just ask why Sherman and Panzer left-hand drives are in benefit to that? Also, the OD84 is a UK car with right-hand drive.
Yeah, there's only, it's pretty marginal really. The right-hand drive cars on the grid are because they're manufacturers basically. So Honda sell right-hand cars in the UK. It's Honda UK supporting Honda, so therefore they have to build theirs right-hand drive. Most of the circuits though go clockwise, so you do more right-handers than you do left-handers. So therefore, you kind of want, although we get the weight distribution pretty bang on all four corners, it tends to help to have the extra bit of weight sat on the over the tyres that are doing work. So obviously, you're turning right, all the weight goes over to the left, and you want the weight there on those tyres, pushing those tyres into the tarmac and giving you as much grip as possible. With these modern cars, like though, you can adjust the corner weights and you can get, you'll see them sat on those patches, they're perfectly flat patches, and the weight under each wheel is pretty much back on. So the only other reason we do it is because we sit so far back in the car to get the weights bang on. If you look left, it's sort of, you're always looking quite far ahead, so you're only ever looking at this small angle because you sat quite far back in the car. The A-Bill is there, the wing mirror. You haven't got a great field of vision there, but when you're turning right, you sat on the left, you've got the whole windscreen to look through, and you can, again, you look quite far ahead, so your apexes are really nice and clear, and that's pretty much it really, so you can see better. That's in fact actually the main reason with modern cars. Back in the day, I think it used to be just to get that weight on the left-hand side, but now it's more for the view.
Why did we choose Audi?
Why did we choose Audi?
Richard?
It allowed us the rear-wheel drive configuration. We were looking at NGTC. We were looking at coming into the restoring cars that we always wanted to 2023, and we were looking through various options. The Audi came up, and the rear-wheel drive configuration was a massive draw. It was 4-mile racing rear-wheel drive, and but it's driving from the right end, isn't it? Yeah, proper racing cars are rear-wheel drive. At the time, my mum drove that on the Civic, so I thought, well, Audi Civic, that's it. And so yeah, I didn't want to race the car on drove, so yeah, we went for yeah, that was it really.
The man with the hat.
Just following on from that, then you said about weight out of the car. When they put ballast in the car, where does that go? And can you balance it, or do they just put it in the car?
Well, that's one of the rule changes for this year. It's always gone on the passenger side, especially where the passenger seat would go. We've got to have the rails there for part of the rules. They've got to be there. With the balance box to them. Excuse me. But yeah, we have to carry around this big steel black box that's always bolted into the car, and then the success balances go inside that. The change rules for this year is that rear-wheel drive cars have to move that forward as far forward as we can. And the idea of that is to disadvantage us more. To be fair, when we carry ballast, it doesn't hurt us quite as much. Front wheel drives where they really hurt their front tyres a lot more than we do because we use all four tyres more evenly. So as the race wears on, they get more and more understeer, they get the more juice up the front tyres, and so on and so on. And the ballast makes that worse. You have to stop and you have to carry and turn all this weight, 75 kilos, it's a hell of a lot of weight. Whereas for us, that's a nice position to put it. We just adjust the corner weights a bit, and it's not so bad. We spread that weight over all four tyres. So they try to disadvantage us by putting it further forward. The minimum weight for the car is 1,280 kilos with the driver, and that's the weight it's got to finish at. So that includes your 5 litres of fuel you normally try and finish with. So yeah, it's quite heavy.
Sorry, in my ignorance, you're saying that the car here doesn't go so well. So what is it that makes your car?
If we knew that, we'd fix it.
Then why does it go faster on the track, or why is it more successful on the track?
It's really hard. I do get asked this a lot. I don't know. The way our car is quite long wheelbase, rear wheel drive. The only other rear wheel drive is the Beamer, and that's quite short wheelbase. Okay, we've got the Infinity now, but they're not doing anything just yet, so we'll give them a bit of time before we see how they go. But yeah, I don't know. It just seems to be that we can make it really good under braking into a corner. No, it's different parts of the corner. I think that's the thing. So we can make it really good going into a corner, and then we'll give away a little bit mid-corner, and then we'll get really good traction. We'll be good out the corner. So on the track, on those tracks we're strong at, the quite short corners, you're sort of in and out. You're not got a big mid-corner section. You know what I mean? Whereas here, because the corners are so long, we're at that mid-corner bit for much longer time, and I think that's where we're giving it away. That sort of giving us being neutral. Yeah. We do only brake twice, but so let's say
It would be more than twice if it was me.
four brands. But yeah, four of it. Yeah, the brands in the rocking area. I got rocking. Yeah, that seems normal. I got on. Fix open. Yeah. And then, yeah.
I never knew it was that scientific. I thought it was just hit it when you need it, but clearly not.
Yeah, it's just like, as I say, the balance to get the car working properly. There's so many different factors people don't always realise. I look at the set of cars like a house of cards. If one thing's wrong, it doesn't work. And you've got, for example, just your how stiff it is in roll at the front end. So you've got the factors that determine that. You know, anti-roll bar, the bar and the blades. You've got geometry, how that affects it, roll sensors. You have tire pressures, say, or a spring. You have your actual spring. You have bump damping. Obviously, therefore, rebound damping on the other side. High speed of both. You get high speed and slow speed and rebound damping. You have rocker position, where we position that in different kind of leverage motion ratios. You have front rubbers and backers, very different ways of setting those. Obviously, yeah, camber can, can affect that as well. And that's just the front end rolling. So then of course you've got hip, back orientation, front and rear. There's so many factors. So if you want to stop it rolling, you might, I'll stiffen the front bar, but then that makes it really uncompliant with the brakes. So you lock the brakes, so therefore you give away time with the brakes. So the whole thing's a compromise, and there's so many factors that all work together and against each other, and it's a very complicated thing setting up these cars. So yeah.
Anyone else? Gareth, come in. Rob, can you comment on how you think we'll do with getting Hunter back out tomorrow? And is everything okay with? Or
Oh yeah, that'll be fine. Lee's on that car. He loves a bit of drama. So yeah, he'll absolutely smash it. No doubt. He won't be. And like I say, I don't think it's as bad as we initially thought. It's main like subframes and the roll cage and everything are okay, still straight. I think they need a bit of welding, but yeah, we'll have that sorted. Might look a bit taped together, but I think it'll be sorted.
Why don't Audi support you with engines, etc.?
We keep asking them.
And would you like them to?
Of course I can. No, we do keep asking them, but they say that if they put so much of a penny behind it, therefore their name is officially associated with it, therefore they're committed to throwing absolutely everything at it. They have to win, because that's how they do the motorsport. And throwing everything at it, and is you're into millions, and, multiple millions, and apparently that is not in the budget. So yeah, disappointing, but
It's very sad on their part considering the fan base.
I would have thought they'd appreciate the support and following we have, and see that, and maybe want to be a part of it. And I'm sure I know a lot of you are Audi owners as well, so you'd have thought they would want to support us all, wouldn't you? But no, apparently not.
I'm glad we have you. Any questions from the back row back here?
Yeah, just one more. No one particularly likes seeing the rear-wheel drive in the championship, but this year we've seen some regulations that may have kept the rear-wheel drives back a bit. For example, the first gear ratio, and which we spoke about maybe the ballast cord. How much does that hurt the Audis?
Yeah, I mean it's not ideal. Thing is, a rear-wheel drive car is naturally benefiting at the start. So all these things they do, if we get it right, we're still pretty quick off the line. That's our advantage. For some reason they don't weigh it up. We have disadvantages. We get touched at the rear, we're around. We can't save it. We're slow in the first couple of laps because it's harder for us to get, because we work our tyres, all 4 tyres evenly. It's hard for us to get it up to working temperature. Around here, it's a lot easier to get a front-wheel drive car working than a rear-wheel drive car, because we need the front end to turn in, we need the back end to put the power down. So we have to get the whole car working before we're anywhere near the pace. Whereas a lot of these front-wheel drive cars, they can just stiffen it right up at the back, lose all the grip at the back, and you know, they just keep their footing. If it goes sideways, left flat.
Fear. Fear.
Yeah, that is our advantage. We are still, what these rule changes do, or certainly for the start, you know, that boost restriction off the line, what that does is make it a lot harder to get it right. Certainly one of the races at Donington I nearly saw, you know, it's really long, it's like pulling off the road car in like third gear, so long, and then what they're doing is reducing your power as well while you're doing that, and it's yeah, it's quite hard to get off the line. You try and do it in a rush, you've got to slip the clutch. You want to let the power down, you want to let it off, so yeah, it's really fine line, and you're doing it all in a split second. So, but if we do get it right, we are quick off the line.
Anyone else? Yep. Go here first and then the front.
We talked about the good eras of the British touring car. If you were in a touring car in the 90s, what car would you be?
Well, in the 90s, I was always a Aluminium fan. And when I started out, I raced with his Formula Renault team. So I think I'd go with Luna, just because that's what he drove. Plus, it was winning, so that's always good.
But surely you'd want to go back to the 1990s and drive an RS 500. 550 horsepower rear wheel drive. Come on, Rob.
Yes, or one of the Beamers.
Harold, getting a bit of a rest for a minute because you're on your own today. I wanted to ask Matt what his most embarrassing Rob Austin story is.
Okay.
To be fair, the most embarrassing things that happened when I'm before normally happen to me. I don't know why that occurred.
Well, you could tell them about the last time you joined us for an evening.
Yeah. When I
You popped around my house for work.
birthday party, and very nice it was too, and a lovely time. I left with a fractured ankle and broken glasses and various ailments. But, I've just got new glasses this week, actually. Just finally got them repaired. Yeah, so it's basically, I'm still not over it yet. It's taking me 3 months to get over Rob's birthday.
One of the boys, Matt, who works for us, kindly repaired your glasses.
Yeah, I've got duct tape on my glasses. For about 3 months. Just suffer for the coronation street. It's brilliant.
Trip to Halfords to buy some materials, and we glued and taped it back together.
All right, any other questions? Wow. Great. Are you Jasper Fox?
I have indeed.
Remember Jasper Fox?
No!
I thought he was
No,
in
I told
costume.
you I never want to see you out of character.
I know. I only know that because I saw your pictures.
You bought it.
I don't really understand the
Go
whole
get
thing.
character. No, actually, could you
He
please?
really wants you to.
I really, your biggest fan is working on Hunter's Scar at the moment.
Okay.
So if you could get into character and go and say hello to him.
Do you want to ask your question before we make your choice?
Might as well. If you could be given any famous racing driver as a mentor for one day, who would it be and why?
You burping again?
No, I think it has to be James. Yeah, that's a very good point. This is why I'm friends with Matt. Yeah, James Hunt, just because the night out after that day's mentoring would be.
We need to get Jasper in his whatever it is for the selfie. So where can he change?
Yeah, the truck.
You on there, James?
Okay.
Any other questions?
Anything embarrassing in there, just
Share it.
Oh, there's some of Lucy's knickers. Yeah, they're a bit tight.
Just a quick crack.
those city millions.
I haven't recovered yet. I'm still on the beer now. But yeah, no, they went up through the playoffs, and I actually drove for 10 hours from London down to Truro and back to watch the semi-final. 520 miles, 10 hours for a 90-minute football match. But hey, it was all worth it.
Are you from that area? Why are you a fan of Truro?
My grandparents are from there.
Oh, good.
But I'm happy to know that Rob's actually been to a Truro City game with me and Lucy too.
Yeah. They didn't drive 500
What an
miles.
experience that was.
I have a question for Matt.
Richard's got a question. This is too windy.
Matt, I put on Facebook, does that mean now that Truro will be playing Basingstoke?
Yes, they will, because Basingstoke can go up.
Well, that means you'll be in the director's box at Basingstoke.
Well, that is fantastic. Thank you very much. It's good knowing the right people, isn't it?
Okay, any other questions, or should we do a drawing? Oh, another question. There's a kid question. Can you pass this back?
Why do you have pictures on top of your car?
It's one of those pictures of you. Yeah? Because we have such amazing fans like you want to come and support us. So what it is an opportunity for you to be on the car and be part of the British Touring Car Championship. Yeah? Do you like being on the roof of the car? You spot yourself on telly. you pause it and zoom right in.
One of the I think the photographer Jacob's going to take pictures of the roof for us this weekend, right?
He's
Actually,
already
I'm
done
a bit busy. I checked my phone just before I came here. I've got the email, so when I go back over there, I'll post it.
So as much as I love everyone emailing me, they should be on Facebook.
Yes. Yeah, that'll yeah.
Anybody else? Another one from Tim. It's weird that I know everybody's name. I'm a little freaked out.
Just a quick one. That was mentioned earlier about changes to some of the rules and regulations and the place for it. Also, there was a bit of a change to like the ordering of the driven and ship. Is there anything that you would like if we could actually put something in? Is there any rule that you'd like to see put in, or any changes to how they order the goods?
Yeah, I would like somebody with the name Austin to help 30 far more boost. No, I get asked this the other day. I can't actually think of anything that will genuinely improve the show and the championship. The only thing I did think was maybe we could do with some more balls in the bowl to increase the rebate. Oh, all right, we know that. That's 2 rounds ago now. But yeah, I think that's the only thing I can think of to increase or move that, selection down a bit from 15, maybe.
Well, the only thing I think that would improve it a little bit actually is to mix up the format a little bit so that you don't always have necessarily a 3-race day. There could be a longer distance race, 2 races that are slightly longer, or maybe even shorter races, 2 driver races, pit stop races. There are other things they can do. And when they introduced the NGCC rules 2 years back, they designed them with a fuel tank that could be refueled, so that problem could happen. That problem's gone, and they could be refueled during the race. So obviously that's an investment for the team in terms of equipment and what have you. But it'd be just nice to throw a little curveball in, maybe just 1 round a year. If it's 2 drivers or just a long distance race, it might mean you have to up your physical fitness rate.
That's a brilliant idea.
Pushed it past. That was going to be part of the new rules as well, wasn't it?
I think Dow's actually got that panel secretly in race control, and he just uses it whenever he wants to spice the race up. So he probably does it just.
I reckon for the reverse grid, they should make your standard, but people P10 being furthest away in a cage with an actual cougar. So the braver you are, the better your group position is going to be. So,
He's obviously been thinking about this since fall week.
but yeah, wouldn't that be brilliant though? You're a risk of life to put yourself on. How brave are you? Like a cross between I'm a Celebrity and BTCC. Total wipeout, yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, and there's all, of course, yeah. I completely agree. We should so do
Brilliant suggestion.
alphabetical order.
Hunter would be on pole.
Yeah, Hunter would be ahead of you.
Yeah, silly idea.
Okay, any other questions? I have a question for Richard. This sounds ridiculous, but you know how you wear the headphones? Are you and Rob talking a lot during a race, or what goes on?
He's cautioned me to shut up. So I don't talk very often. It's really just to notify any like red flag period, safety car coming in this lap, all that sort of thing, and a little bit of information during safety car periods, that sort of thing. But generally speaking, especially today because the microphone's not working on my headset, I haven't said a word.
And do you want feedback, or do you just want silence when you're driving?
Well, no, this
is a
minor
friendly
disagreement that Dad and I had was, I want to know, right, P1 is a 17.9 and you are 1.5 seconds off. That's all I need to know. That runs me down the entire grid. While I'm on the qualifying lap,
No,
I can't tell
I don't.
until he stops talking. So,
Is
Bullshit.
anyone else talking to you, or is it just your dad?
no, Dad feeds me back timing information, how long's left, position, and so on. And obviously, red flag, safety car, any safety stuff. But I also talk to Matt, who's my engineer, so on the in-lap, I'll be giving him feedback about what the car's doing, and if he needs to ask any questions if they're doing this, what do you think about this change. So most of the back and forth tends to be through me and Matt, because we're discussing what we're going to do. For the information
I always wondered that. Okay, so I think now we should have a drawing. So Matt, these are very small pieces of paper, but these are all the people who have donated for Rob's alternator fund. And just so you know, it's everyone that's donated. So we have the names from last drawing, as well as people that have donated since or added funds to it. So you've all been very generous.
This is very good. You surely don't want Rob to do this because he's got quite good at picking things out of the hat. He's got form.
It's clear.
Oh, picked up Robusted. Amazing. Are you sure? I bet his name is in there somewhere. How many do you want?
Just one, please.
Just one. But you can see this is genuine. There is no. I'm not even going to look.
Is anyone freaked out that Jasper Fox hasn't come out of the van yet? I don't really get it, but... You want to read out the name?
John Pollard.
John Pollard. I don't think John's with us.
Clearly, Jasper's going to have to draw the next one.
Are we going to?
Go on then.
Okay, one more. Can you?
Would you like to?
Can you pull out like 20 people? No, I think we need to do this one. And we're going to get Jasper in the selfie.
Oh, of course, he hasn't got opposable thumbs. Can't do it. I'm not looking.
John Pollard's the first one, and the second one?
Rob Austin.
He's the winner.
No, Andrew Holland.
Oh, good. Andrew Holland, who's not with us, but Andrew and Malcolm are big fans of yours. So Andrew Holland as well. Okay, so I've set my phone up to take a selfie with Matt and Jasper and Rob.
And that is obviously, does everybody know what that's for?
No, can you explain?
Well, obviously, that is, each one of those is a pair of VIP weekend passes to have the weekend with us. And we're putting them up and drawing for everybody who donated to our alternator fund, which was the most humbling thing I've ever witnessed, I think, where we posted on Facebook to try and give you some more insights to what's happening and, you know, where some of the money's going and so on, and then just random money started appearing. So we
Is Jasper a
It's
character?
Jasper Fox. He's a fox.
You're normally a character.
I don't know why you're struggling to understand it yet. He's a fox, and his name is Jasper.
But it's a bit hot in there.
So now I'd like you to take a selfie with everybody in it. If you could.
Okay.
Now what you do with the selfie stick is there's a remote. See?
It's the big button, Rob.
Rob, that's the big
It's
one.
the big
Yes.
button. Sorry.
Make sure, Jasper.
Everybody say, everybody happy?
Everybody smile. Take a couple.
Wave, hands up.
Come on. Put the chair.
Hi, Ed. Okay, good. Thanks. So we'll get that. We'll get the roof photos on the Facebook page for you. And tomorrow, what time's the first race? 12-ish. See you tomorrow. Where are you going to be on the hill? Where's the flag on the hill? Seagrave? The furthest that you can walk around. So it's quite a group. If you want to hang out with some fellow Owners Club members, I would recommend it. Henry and I will probably be there. We had a lot of fun last time, so we'll be there with you. And I guess that's it. Anyone else? All right. Well, thanks so much. Thanks, Matt, for joining us. Thanks, Rob. Great. Different angle. He is. He needs one.
See Jess Smith.
Thanks, Jasper. We just happen to have you.